For most people, discipline is synonymous with the surface-level grind, early alarms, heavy workloads, and the exhausting effort of doing things most people avoid. They push themselves until the system starts shaking apart. This approach depends on a steady supply of motivation. When that mental energy runs out, the ability to perform disappears along with it. We have to look at what allows a small percentage of people to continue performing on their worst days, long after their initial excitement has faded. A story about a king and his ministers provides a clear look at how this trait actually functions in a controlled environment. The king had just finished building a major road through his territory. It was intended to be the crown jewel of his kingdom's infrastructure. Before opening the road, the king secretly placed a large pile of rocks and debris to block one of the primary lanes. He sent 3 specific subjects to inspect the work: a man known for his tireless effort, a man known for his intellect, and a third man named Amon. By comparing how these 3 individuals handle the same pile of rocks, we can identify the specific trait that separates high-level performers from the rest of the pack. The inspection took place under a blistering sun, requiring the ministers to travel a significant distance. The first minister, the hard worker, chose to walk the entire route. He reached the debris, noted its location, and then walked all the way back to report the problem to the king. The second minister, the intellectual, used a carriage to save time. He spotted the debris, observed that it was an eyesore, and returned to the palace to confirm that the road was blocked. Both men identified the problem with perfect accuracy. However, neither of them attempted to move a single stone. They viewed their job as reporting the obstacle, not removing it. They justified their inaction with logic. They weren't given shovels, they didn't have orders, and the task was physically demanding. When an individual lacks specific resources, they often use that absence as an excuse to stay within their comfort zone. This protects their self-image while allowing the problem to remain exactly where it is. Even with immense intelligence or a willingness to work hard, these ministers failed to improve the situation because they wouldn't take responsibility for an unassigned task. Then Daman arrived at the same section of road. He was just as exhausted by the heat as the others and had no better tools than they did. Daman approached the rocks with a mindset of extreme ownership. He treated the blocked road as his own to solve, regardless of who was originally responsible for it. Despite having no motivation to labor in the sun, he began clearing the stones with his bare hands. He didn't wait for a team to be assigned. He recruited the nearby guards who were already present, directing them to help him move the largest boulders. He cleared the road immediately, without waiting for the king's permission or looking for a supervisor's approval. High performers take action while others are busy explaining why the conditions aren't perfect. When Damon finally moved the last pile of debris, he found a massive emerald hidden in the dirt beneath the stones. The king revealed that he had placed the emerald there as a reward. The debris was a filter designed to find the one person who would take action without being told. In a modern context, that emerald represents the compounding rewards that come to those who remove their own obstacles. There is a common fear that living with this level of discipline will feel like being trapped in a restrictive routine. However, taking ownership of your environment actually generates more options. This discipline yields more free time, better health outcomes, and more stable relationships. Every person has a pile of rocks currently blocking their progress: a neglected project, a bad habit, or a conversation they are avoiding. Clearing that path today ensures you are the one who discovers what lies beneath the surface.